G'day everyone, and welcome back to Virtual FootyTotz. I hope you're all okay at home. Now today we're going to do all of our games that we normally do at the start, and we're going to do a Mr. Men game. So our first game is our body part. So to do that we need to put our big stretchy legs out. We need to switch on those magic listening ears. Let me hear you click them on. And we need a football for this first game. So who at home can start with their football balancing on their head, just like Matty? Who can do a big stretch? Wow, and hold the football on our toes. Big stretch there. Who can go all the way back up to our head? And all the way back to our toes. Now I think we should go faster. Are we ready to keep up with Matty at home? Who can go to the head? To your toes, to your head, toes, head, toes, head, toes, head, toes, head, toes, head, ha! Getting even faster. I hope you kept up at home. Who can put their football on their knobbly knee like this? Ooh. Can we swap? Put it on our other knobbly knee. Ooh. Who can hold their football on their shoulder? Who can hold it with one hand, maybe like that? Who can put their football on their pointy elbow, just like this? Who can put their football underneath those stinky winky shoes? Whoa. Can we swap and put our other stinky shoe on the ball? Whoa. Who can put their football on the end of their nose, make a beeping sound like Matty? Beep, 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 beep. Who can put their football on their cheek and make the biggest sound with their cheek like this? Who can put their football under their chin, give everyone a big smile and say, cheese? And who can put their football on their tummies like this? Oh! But don't do it too hard. Matty always does it too hard. Okay, well done everyone. Now before we do anything else, we need to check those heads. At home, are our heads feeling hot yet? No, not yet. We need to check our hearts at home. Are they beating fast yet? No, not yet. Does anybody know what game we need to play? That's right, it's the bean game. So we don't need our footballs for this one. We need to stand up for this one as well. And we're going to play the bean game. So make sure that you're copying Matty at home. Now who can start by being a runner bean and running up and down on the spot? Run, 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 run. Who can be a really tall bean and stretch up to the sky or your ceiling? Who can be a really broad bean, wow, and stretch out super far? Who can be a tall bean again? And who can be a broad bean again? Are we ready to go faster again with Matty? Who can be a tall bean, broad bean, tall bean, broad bean, tall bean, broad bean, tall bean, broad bean, tall bean, broad bean? Who can be a little tiny baked bean and go super small? Who can be a jumping bean and jump up and down, jump, 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 jump? Who can be, with those arms out, a spinning bean and spin around? Whoa. And stop, we don't want to get too dizzy. Who can be a really clever balancing bean and balance on one leg? Wow, tricky one. Put them arms up for balance. Can we swap and balance on the other leg? Whoa. Who can be beans on toast and lie down on our backs? Wow, everybody lie down. Who can be runner beans on toast and stamp their feet? And who can be Matty's favourite bean of all? I want you to tickle your grown-ups at home. And tickle bean and tickle grown-ups. Ha! And all our brothers and sisters. Oh, cameraman's too fast, I can't tickle him. Okay, well done everyone. Now let Matty check those heads. Are those heads super hot? Ouch! Yes they are. Grown-ups, check those heads for everyone. So we are ready to play our game today. So get a quick drink if you want a quick drink, and then sit down listen to Matty. Right, so, okay everyone, so before we start, we need to switch on those listening ears so we're listening and ready, and we need to put on our magic looking glasses so that we're watching Matty and we know what to do. Now today's game is all about Mr. Men. Now Mr. Men, there's lots and lots of books. Grown-ups might have even read some of these when they was younger, and you might have seen some of the books. Now in the Mr. Men books, there's lots and lots of different characters. Now we're going to be some of those characters today, okay? The first lot of characters we're going to be is without the football. So Matty's got lots and lots of characters. He's going to show you some of these characters, then we're going to be them. So the first one, I'll come close, some of the pictures are a little bit small, is Mr. Quiet. Now to be Mr. Quiet, we're going to move around our garden or our living room being super quiet like Mr. Quiet. So we're going to put our fingers on our lips and we're going to tiptoe, shh, nice and quiet like Mr. Quiet. Don't make any noise at home, shh, on those tippy toes, not making a sound. Okay, so when we've been Mr. Quiet, the next one we're going to be, is Mr. Tall. Now look how big Mr. Tall is. We're going to try and be as big and tall as Mr. Tall. So to do that, we're going to stretch up super high and we're going to get on our tippy toes and move around and be Mr. Tall. Go as high as you can go and try and stay on those tippy toes and be Mr. Tall. Now our next one, let's see who we're going to be this time. The next one is Mr. Slow. Now Mr. Slow never does anything at a good pace. He's always really, really slow. So we're going to try and move around super slow. Matty's going to do it in slow motion like Mr. Slow. So we're going to go around and move in slow motion. See if you can go slow like Mr. Slow at home, moving round in slow motion. The next one, who have we got next? It's a surprise for Matty as well. Next one is Mr. Noisy. I think you'll be good at this one at home, but make sure you don't wake the neighbours up. We're going to move around making lots of noise. So we're going to stamp our feet. I can be loud. And we're going to shout, "Oh, Mr. Noisy!" and make lots and lots of noise like Mr. Noisy. The next one, who have we got? Mr. Bump. Now Mr. Bump always bumps into things. So at home, Matty's not got as many things to bump into. We're going to bump into anything we see, so we might bump into the cameraman. Bump! Oh! Bump! Fall over! Ah! Bump! And bump into anything we see. Ah! Like Mr. Bump. Bit dizzy now. See if you can bump into things, but don't hurt yourself. We don't want to hurt ourselves. The next one is Mr. Small. Look how tiny Mr. Small is. Now to be Mr. Small, we're going to crouch down and go super small like Mr. Small, and we're going to try and move around and be super, super small. See if you can move around super tiny in a little ball like Mr. Small. Next one, we have got Mr. Jelly. Mr. Jelly is all wibbly wobbly. So we're going to move around, make our legs all wobbly, make our arms all wobbly, and move around like Mr. Jelly, all wobbly with our arms and legs. See if you can do that one at home. The next one, this is a good one. This is Mr. Sneeze. Now Mr. Sneeze is always sneezing, and we're gonna try and be like Mr. Sneeze, but we're going to be safe with it. So we're going to sneeze into our arm. So we're going to move around and we're going to go achoo, 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 achoo. Because we need to catch those germs and make sure that we don't let our sneeze get out. We need to catch it, achoo, in our arm, just like that, and be nice and safe like Mr. Sneeze. And the very last one without the football is Mr. Dizzy. Oh, now Mr. Dizzy, we're gonna see how dizzy we can get. Well, don't make yourself sick. So we're gonna put our arms out and we're gonna spin around. Oh, like Mr. Dizzy. Oh, if you want, go faster. Wow, but don't, wow, make yourself too dizzy. Matty doesn't know where the mat is now. Wow, I've made myself a bit dizzy there. When we've done that, you can get a quick drink because we've got some more characters to do, but this time it's with our footballs. Okay, so everybody come and join Matty again. Sit down ready to listen with your footballs. Okay, so we've got a few more characters to do, but we're going to use our footballs this time at home. Now the first character, we're going to do the first two characters together. Matty's going to show you the characters. So we've got Mr. Grumpy and Mr. Happy. Okay, Mr. Grumpy, he doesn't really like football. So when Matty shouts Mr. Grumpy, we're just going to kick the ball in a grump and kick it away just like that. Mr. Happy loves football. And when Matty shouts Mr. Happy, we're going to really enjoy football. So we're going to get our football. We're going to stop it. We're going to smile. And we're going to do little kicks. Tick, tock, and be Mr. Happy. So the first one, I want you to be at home, is Mr. Happy. Everyone give Matty a big smile and do tick-tocks. Tick-tock, tick-tock. With a big, big smile on your face. And stop. Everybody at home, can you be Mr. Grumpy? So we've got to have a grumpy face and we're going to do a big kick. I don't want to play football, but we're going to be Mr. Happy again. So we're going to smile, stop, and do tick-tocks. And we like to be Mr. Happy over Mr. Grumpy. So we're going to carry on being Mr. Happy, doing tick-tocks with your little kicks. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Okay, so everybody stop the ball. The next one is Mr. Lazy, everybody. Now, Mr. Lazy is super lazy and he always likes to sleep. So we're going to do tick-tocks again with our football. When Matty shouts, Mr. Lazy, we're going to have a little nap on our footballs like this, just like Mr. Lazy would be. And we'd go nice and quiet and go to sleep. So what we're going to do is tick-tocks. Everyone doing tick-tocks at home. Wait till Matty shouts Mr. Lazy. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Mr. Lazy. So stop the ball. Put your head on the ball. And go to sleep and be super lazy. I hope you've done that at home. Make sure you don't fall asleep though, because we're going to stand up again. Do it one more time. Tick-tocks. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Mr. Lazy, stop the ball. Go to sleep on the football again. Rest your head on it. And you can even sunbathe if it's a nice day at home. And be Mr. Lazy. Now the next one is Mr. Bounce, everybody. Mr. Bounce likes to bounce. So what we're going to do is bounce our football like Mr. Bounce. Now we're going to do two different things. The first one, we're going to bounce and catch like Mr. Bounce. Bounce and catch. Bounce, catch, bounce, catch. If we're really young at home, grown-ups might need to bounce it and try and catch the ball. And the next one to be Mr. Bounce, we're going to bounce the ball and stop it with our foot. And we're going to do that 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. As you can see, Matty keeps swapping feet. And 4. So see if you can use both of your feet. That is Mr. Bounce. The next one is Mr. Nosy. Look at the size of his nose. He's a bit of a nosy Parker. Now to be Mr. Nosy, because he's got such a big nose, we're going to use our noses to move the football around. So we're going to get really low down on our hands and knees, and we're going to push the ball around with our nose. Oh, push it with your nose, like Mr. Nosy. That's a tricky one, that. And move it around like Mr. Nosy. The next one, couple more, is Mr. Rush, everybody. Now Mr. Rush is super fast. He's always in a rush. Everywhere he goes, he's in a rush. We're going to try and be in a rush with our footballs. So that means we have to go fast. So we're not going to do slow tick-tocks. We're going to do fast tick-tocks and move around your garden or your front room at home. Tick-tock, tick-tock. And move around in a rush. Whoa. And see if you can be Mr. Rush. Super, super fast. Next one is... Sorry, some of these pictures are a little bit small. Mr. Muddle. Now, Mr. Muddle is always getting muddled up. He forgets which way we need to kick the ball. So instead of doing little kicks forwards, because Mr. Muddle gets confused, we're going to kick it backwards like Mr. Muddle does. So we're going to stand on one leg and flick it back with our heel and chase it. So we're going to flick it back and run after it. And then we can even stop it and roll it back. So Mr. Muddle forgets which way to go and he ends up going backwards. So we can either flick it back or roll it back and be Mr. Muddle. Now the next one. Oh, this is a good one at home. This is Mr. Impossible. Mr. Impossible does the impossible.